It's a great pleasure to introduce to you the 7th exhibition in our series of temporary exhibitions here at the Thani Collection at the Hôtel de la Marine. It's called The 7 Heavenly Senses. And it's an exhibition curated by Olivier Berggruen, drawing on works of art entirely from the Thani Collection. We wanted to really draw a link between organic forms from nature, works of art by artists and artisans from the past, and contemporary painters and sculptors. For example, in this show, we start with prehistoric works, gogots. These are remarkable stone formations that come from the area of Fontainebleau, not very far from Paris, dating to 30 million years ago. These natural formations assume some of the compositions which we see represented in the paintings of contemporary artists.
With this exhibition, we wanted to really give the visitor this kind of sensory experience. The sense of space is absolutely essential to understanding this exhibition, how works of art are not just isolated, but interact with the viewer. And also the sense of smell, which is embodied by a fragrance created by Frédéric Malle and Jean-Claude Helena. At the same time, the exhibition has to do with a human figure. Figuration is essential as a theme of the exhibition, but not necessarily figuration seen as representation, but figuration as ways to cope with a contemporary condition. We have works by Guglielmo Castelli, who's a young Italian artist, comes perhaps from the world of illustration with a strong narrative sense. Andrew Cranston is a British artist who creates these very evocative images that look almost like book illustrations. In a very different manner, Nodeline Pierre creates modern myths.
I make work about another world and use my imagination to connect to history, art history, and personal history with sort of a reference to the Renaissance and medieval and religious iconography throughout history. I use these images that I grew up with a sort of like celestial host of characters, and that was my tool to kind of understand my existence, my history, but also the history around me and sort of the human experience. This altarpiece commissioned in response to the Thani Collection. It's really just a connection to history. It's a connection to present and the possibility of this becoming an antiquity in the future.
We come into the realm of imaginary mythology, her own, that she creates, and that is the product of her very, very fertile mind. Is a way also to conjure up a world of dreams, something that has to do with an utopia that is rooted in life, but also takes us into this heavenly dimension that gives its title to the exhibition. Edmond de Waal is somewhat different from the other artists in the sense that he cannot be seen necessarily as a figurative artist. He has a feeling for form, for material, for a tangible sense of a physical object.
All my work comes from the hand. I make everything myself, I always have. It's just me and clay. This is very much about what vessels mean for all of us as human beings. So there's a great, genuine, grounded history about putting these simple vessels, which talks, I think, passionately back into history and people and touch. I've worked over the years at the Kunsthistorische Museum with the Wunderkammer and the Kunstkammer, and I've worked at the Frick with their extraordinary Renaissance material. And so for me, coming here to this particular collection and being so near these beautiful objects, and what I'm seeing over there is that extraordinary, powerful, energetic connection to materiality, to storytelling, and to narrative.
Eli Ping's sculpture, very totemic, very powerful, is made out of canvas. It creates something very, very compelling. Dimension that brings us into different worlds because perhaps it evokes something that is human.
The works are made from cotton and resin, just two materials, and I've been working on them steadily for the last 5 years. My artistic approach is intuitive, so when I set out to make a body of work or actually any one piece, I don't have something in mind that I'm trying to attain, and that's important for me to be surprised by what the outcome might be, though I have a sense of anticipation about what it is that I'm seeking. It's intangible and tangible at the same time. So
each room has a different sound piece. Gela created the sound piece after looking at the works of art in the exhibition. So she really immersed herself into what was going to come.
When Olivier sent me this statement and it had to do with this disruption of dreams, I thought about each room being a dream because it's so much about being in this space and having the sound be your guide. I'm really glad I got to see the space and then go away and have so much time with the pieces, knowing the layout and imagining each room as these different worlds, a conversation with these paintings and the art.
All these different things come together and with a bit of luck will give the visitor a chance to immerse themselves into a world that is perhaps removed from the humdrum of modern daily life.
The exciting thing about this exhibition is it really allows us to engage with people interested in contemporary art and to show links between the past and present. It's for many people surprising that the Thani Collection holds contemporary art as well, and it's really one of the joys of working with the collection. We hope that through the diverse works of art on view, both contemporary and historic, that visitors to the exhibition will engage with the theme of the 7 heavenly senses.